So what we have is a 2005 Wildcat travel trailer that had some carpet that was rolled up in the hallway. It looked like this lovely blue stuff. Excuse the big rolled up rug in the middle of the floor. But it was this blue stuff that was all through. And we have the tiny little bit of linoleum here in the kitchen. It did originally go from this metal piece all the way back and around this bed. It was rolled up really bad through this area. Kind of made it seem like it was water damage because it was right at the sink and right outside the bathroom. And we had only had it a couple years when the decided to do this, was right now. So we've only had it a couple years. When we first got it, we had it a month. It was a used camper. Whoever had it before did not take care of it very well. So, and I noticed the carpet then. They didn't say much about it. They said it had come that way. They hadn't seen any leaks. I was like, alright, that's fine. So our hydraulic pump quit working on us about a month after we got the camper. It started spewing fluid everywhere and our pull slide out would not work. So we got that repaired. Everything was hunky-dory. We've had a few mishaps here and there. We replaced all the lights with LED light bulbs. Huge savior, guys, if you're listening and watching this. You have a camper, I don't care if it's an RV, travel trailer, whatever. Change all your lights to LEDs. You can get them on bulk on Amazon. They will save your little converter that's in the back. Oh, it pulls so much less power. It's amazing. Anyways, got everything. Everything was hunky-dory. I've been talking about redoing the floor in the back of the camper for quite some time. I've looked it up online many times, trying to get a grasp of what I was going after, what to expect, that kind of thing. Everything was with motorhomes. Or fifth wheels. Nothing with just your good old travel trailer, which I guess not many people give a crap about the floor there. A lot of your new campers come with nice floors now, and all the old ones come with carpet everywhere. Carpet is the worst idea for a camper. I've thought that my entire life. We just couldn't afford right now to upgrade our camper, so decided to keep it a couple more years and decide, you know what, since we're keeping it a couple of more years, I'm going to fix the floor. So I needed to find out what was below the floor. So I decided the other day to start pulling up the carpet. I got really excited because where the vent is, I lifted that up, unscrewed it, and pulled it up and looked around it and saw linoleum. I was really excited. So I started cutting at that area so I could get to the back because I couldn't get the edges up. This lovely stuff here is evil. It holds carpet beautifully, but it is evil. It is not like the stuff you have in your house from at the door frames and stuff. It is not. So I had to cut somewhere, so I cut there and started cutting around, and I literally cut a line and then straight down this way. And that's when I found this lovely split where they literally, from the factory, put the linoleum down here, stapled it down, put carpet down, didn't give a crap. That was all she wrote. And because you see, it's not lined up at all. They didn't care. So, which I don't blame them. They were putting carpet down. But in doing so, the edges to this linoleum, you can't see very well, but it's very badly rolled up and lifting. The padding that was underneath of the carpet was pink in this entire area. When I pulled it up and I exposed the linoleum right here, I saw that it was wet and I about panicked. But when I took a paper towel and tried to wipe it up, it was not technically wet. It was oily. The hydraulic pump, when it blew underneath of the sink, because it's located underneath of here is a little hidden cabinet. We access it from the outside, but you can also get to it inside. When it leaked into the camper, and apparently had been leaking long before we ever got the camper, which is why the carpet was rolled up. It wasn't tight anymore, and it was wet. So, went ahead and got it up. Told my husband what the deal was because he was all excited. We thought we had linoleum underneath the whole flooring because a lot of videos I've seen, they've all had linoleum underneath, and unfortunately we did not. So getting a closer look, I mean, you can, I don't know if it really shows, you can see it's really glossy. when the light hits it just right. That's still just oily. It's just not going to come up. You can't put sticky floors in campers due to with traveling with them. They don't travel with the sticky floors or anything like that due to the movement of the camper and its shifts. So you have to have floating floors. You can probably, yeah, you can just barely see this lovely staining right there, that whole thing, and that it's a different color from this to there. The oil soaked up into the wood, unfortunately. So it literally, I never noticed it until I sat down on the floor of the bathroom and stared across at it and realized it. So the floor underneath, I mean, it's stained with oil. That's never coming up. It's not a bad thing. I'd rather have it than water. But now we have to finish. So I went ahead with a straight blade out of or using the utility knife and started cutting. And I managed to get all the way around. Get all the way around here. The black carpet here is just the carpet that is underneath of that door, which is for the storage cabinets that are outside the camper. I took up the metal framing that sits here. Looks like this. It's just a little cover that sits there. I guess it's just for so you don't stub your toe and stuff on the door because of this edge that's here. Keep you from cutting your feet. So I took that up. You can see that there's still carpet around the edges. Not so much here and around the edge there. It's all the way around, all the way up. We did not remove the bed or anything. That would have been too much of a hassle to do. Still there. It pulled out. The carpet did pull out from underneath of this for the most part, except for that little bit. That's just the bathroom area. I mean, it's got a wall that's probably about that wide. And the carpet was just kind of, I guess, like a sticky tape that was under there, and it pulled right out. So I am at this point over here, squeezing through here, very tight space. We have this little bit left to do, and then we will figure out what we need to do to be able to trim up all of this. We need to get all of that carpet cleaned up around the edge. The floor that we have was given to us. Lovely, lovely stuff. It's a floating floor. It's just the interlocking panels. They lock onto each other. Not a bad wood. Nice sturdy floating floor. It's what they require for if you're doing this to any camper, or whether it's an RV or a travel trailer, motorhome I should say, or a travel trailer, is you have to have the floating floor so that it moves with the camper as it moves down the road. So that is what we're doing. So hopefully this is somewhat helpful. I will help you any way that I can, because there's not a whole lot of videos helping me do this. So for us travel trailer people, you just keep on cutting, pull that padding up. Probably going to use some type of sharp blade different from this. This does really well for the carpet, getting it cut, but it's just not sharp enough, and I have to do it at an angle in order to cut the carpet, so I can't just do it straight down. It's just not working well enough. It's like I can't keep it sharp enough long enough to get the edges done. So but more than likely when we're done and we get the floor down, we are actually going to take the flooring, the floating flooring, and we're going to go this way with it instead of lengthwise this way, to eliminate the seams and have to eliminate a lot of cutting through here and making the seam right here. So I will share that with y'all later. Gotta keep going, gotta keep cutting.